Hey folks, Denim Dan here from Clyde Shop. On this episode, we changed an Edelbrock 1406 to an Edelbrock 1405. Why? So we can do this. Curve. Engine fell over. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is put some rags down to catch the gas as I pour it all over the truck. Or at least an attempt to catch some of the gas. And loosen up the feed, and there it comes. Take loose the vacuum advance connection. Then the PCV valve, which looks like it is probably a bit of a leak as well. And then we've got all the linkages over here we've got to undo. Okay. Yeah, it looks like about a 9/16. Alright, so all four nuts are removed off the studs. Looks like all the hoses are off as well. Take this bracket off. Set that over, because it should fit on the other one, because I'm putting another Edelbrock on here. So this has been on here for a few years. All right. So here we've got the 1405 and the 1406 side by side, and they look pretty much the same minus the choke mechanism. And this is really the only piece that's not on the 1405. So I am going to change the feed lines, because this manual choke piece right here actually gets in the way of turning this down, but it won't on this one right here. So I'm actually going to swap this one over here and this one over here. So I got these vinyl little caps going here for vacuum. The rubber ones tend to perish pretty quick, so I'm gonna try these out and see how they do. This is a shade too long, so I'm gonna trim it off. And this thing has turned to stone. My knife's pretty dull as well. And now it's time for everybody's most favoriteest part. Gasket scrapage. And before we go to put it on, we just want to make sure we got everything out, like this extra rag. Slide him down on, and there we go. The other GoPro says it's done. Doggone it. Totally forgot to swap over my bracketry down here. So ideally, you definitely want to do this before you put it on. I forgot about it. We'll actually tighten it up so it'll quit wiggling around on me. Edelbrock, if you're watching this, fix this. You can't get on this thing. And low car, if you're watching this, explain to me why one side of this has a 5/16 on it and the other is a 10mm. That I don't get. Which I know low car's not watching this. I definitely know that Edelbrock's not watching this either. So one of the things I want to point out is that make sure that you temporarily run your hot wire and your tack wire on top of your engine and leave it there for at least 6 years, if not longer. Don't want to be too proactive. This spring's probably a little too strong, but the wimpy little low car spring that came with this kit wasn't anywhere strong enough to pull all this banjo work back. Oop, almost into the finger. I've actually got a choke cable that I'll run out here and hook up later. Just not going to do it now. Let's see if we can get this dude to fire off. If I can find another hose clamp that's small. Everything's tightened up. We'll just make sure. So, it looks like we're ready to start. But wait, there's more. The battery's dead. I know most people think that in most cases, red is for hot, black is for ground, but in this case, it's for both. Except for this one, which is red, but painted black, that serves as the ground. It's kind of an anti-theft thing, I think. And once you get your battery out, you'll want to make sure that you inspect your battery box to make sure that there's no issues, that it's clean. Good to go. Can see all the way to the ground right here. Check the inside of the tire and then slide it back down. Then install the new battery, which in this case is a little bit shorter than the other one, so the battery cable will have to actually help out holding the battery in place, which is okay if you're not doing that. Remember, the best way is to hammer it on. That way you get a good connection. I charged this one up several weeks ago, so hopefully it's still holding. Over tighten it. Put your ground back on. Hammer. Well, I guess you're not actually hammering it since it's a ratchet. And now that we've got the carburetor on and the new battery installed, we'll check again to make sure that the plus is plus and the minus is minus. We got red to black and black to red and black and red back over to, so everything's hooked up. It will take a minute to pump some fuel into the carburetor, but we'll try. That works. Gas in the carb, or down in the motor.